Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the majestic world of big cats. These incredible creatures include the powerful tiger, the regal lion, the stealthy leopard, the mysterious snow leopard, and the agile jaguar. Plus, we'll touch on the swift cheetah and the elusive cougar. First, let's define what we mean by big cats. The term big cat is typically used to refer to any of the 5 living members of the genus Panthera, namely the tiger, lion, jaguar, leopard, and snow leopard, as well as the non-pantherine cheetah and cougar. All cats descend from the Felidae family and share similar musculature, cardiovascular systems, skeletal frames, and behavior. Both the cheetah and cougar differ physically from fellow big cats and, to a greater extent, other small cats. As obligate carnivores, big cats are considered apex predators, topping their food chain without any natural predators of their own. Native ranges include the Americas, Africa, and Asia. The ranges of the leopard and tiger also extend into Europe and Russia. It is estimated that the ancestors of most big cats split away from the subfamily Felinae about 6.37 million years ago. A 2010 study published in Molecular Phylogenetics and Evolution has given insight into the exact evolutionary relationships of the big cats. The study reveals that the snow leopard and the tiger are sister species. The lion, leopard, and jaguar are more closely related to each other. The tiger and snow leopard diverged from the ancestral big cats approximately 3.9 million years ago. The tiger then evolved into a unique species towards the end of the Pliocene epoch, approximately 3.2 million years ago. The ancestor of the lion, leopard, and jaguar split from other big cats around 4 million years ago. Between 3.6 and 2.5 million years ago, the jaguar diverged from the ancestor of lions and leopards. Lions and leopards split from one another approximately 2 million years ago. The earliest big cat fossil, Panthera blythea, dating to between 4.1 and 5.9 million years ago, was discovered in southwest Tibet. A big cat's ability to roar comes from an elongated and specially adapted larynx and hyoid apparatus. The larynx is attached to the hyoid bone that is hanging from a sequence of bones. This sequence of bones the hyoid hangs from are tympanohyal, stylohyal, epihyal, and serratohyal. These are located in the mandible and skull. In the larynx, there are vocal folds that produce the structure needed to stretch the ligament to a length that creates the roar effect. This tissue is made of thick collagen and elastic fiber that becomes denser as it approaches the epithelial mucosal lining. When this large pad folds, it creates a low natural frequency, causing the cartilage walls of the larynx to vibrate. When it begins to vibrate, the sound moves from a high to low air resistance, which makes the loud roaring sound. The lion's larynx is the longest, giving it the most robust roar. The range of weights exhibited by the species is large. At the bottom, adult snow leopards usually weigh 22 to 55 kilograms or 49 to 121 pounds, with an exceptional specimen reaching 75 kilograms or 165 pounds. Male and female lions typically weigh 150 to 250 kilos, 330 to 550 pounds, and 110 to 182 kilos, 243 to 401 pounds. Male and female tigers are 100 to 300 kilos, 220 to 675 pounds, and 75 to 167 kilos, 165 to 368 pounds, respectively. Exceptionally heavy male lions and tigers have been recorded to exceed 306 kilos or 675 pounds in the wilderness. An animal sanctuary provides a refuge for animals to live out their natural lives in a protected environment. These organizations must meet the following criteria. The sanctuary must be a non-profit entity. It cannot engage in commercial trade of any big cat species, including their offspring, parts, and products made from them. It cannot breed the big cats, cannot allow direct contact between big cats and the public, must keep records of transactions involving the big cats, and must allow inspections of their facilities, their records, and their animals. The members of the Panthera genus are classified as some level of threatened by the IUCN Red List. The lion, leopard, and snow leopard are categorized as vulnerable. The tiger is listed as endangered, and the jaguar is listed as near threatened. Cheetahs are also classified as vulnerable, and the cougar is of least concern. Sadly, all species currently have populations that are decreasing. The principal threats to big cats vary by geographic location, but primarily consist of habitat destruction and poaching. In Africa, many big cats are hunted by pastoralists or by government problem animal control officers. The tiger is a member of the genus Panthera, native to Asia. It has a powerful muscular body with a large head and paws, a long tail and orange fur with black stripes. It is traditionally classified into 9 recent subspecies, though some recognize only 2 subspecies, mainland Asian tigers and the island tigers of the Sunda Islands. Throughout the tiger's range, it inhabits mainly forests, from the Russian Far East and Northeast China to forests on the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. The tiger is an apex predator and preys mainly on animals which it takes by ambush. Tigers live a mostly solitary life and occupy areas known as home ranges, defending these home ranges from individuals of the same sex. The range of a male tiger overlaps with that of multiple females with whom he mates. Females give birth to usually 2 or 3 cubs that stay with their mother for about 2 years. After the cubs are grown and become independent, they leave their mother's home range and establish their own. Since the early 20th century, tiger populations have lost at least 93% of their historic range and are locally extinct in West and Central Asia, in large areas of China, and have gone extinct on the islands of Java and Bali. Today, the tiger's range is severely fragmented, and it is listed as an endangered species. The tiger is among the most popular of the world's charismatic megafauna. It has been kept in captivity since ancient times and has been trained to perform in circuses and other entertainment shows. The tiger has been featured prominently in ancient mythology and folklore of cultures throughout its historic range, and has continued to appear in cultures worldwide. The lion is a muscular, broad-chested cat with a short, rounded head, a reduced neck, and round ears. Males have broader heads than their female counterparts. Their fur varies in color from light buff to silvery gray, yellowish red, and dark brown. The colors of the underparts are generally lighter. A newborn lion has dark spots, which fade as the cub reaches adulthood, although faint spots may still be seen on the legs and underparts. The tail of all lions ends in a dark, hairy tuft that in some lions conceals a hard spine, or spur, that is formed from a fused section of bone at the very end of the tail. The tuft is absent at birth and develops at around 5.5 months of age. The tuft is readily identifiable at around 7 months old. Adult male lions are larger than females and have a prominent mane. The male lion's mane is the most recognizable feature of the species. The mane is thought to have evolved around 190,000 to 320,000 years ago. The mane grows downwards and backwards, covering most of the head, neck, shoulders, and chest. The mane is typically brownish and tinged with yellow, rust, and black hairs. Lions are a social species, forming groups called prides. A lion's pride consists of a few adult males, related females, and cubs. Groups of female lions usually hunt together, preying mostly on medium and large-sized animals like zebras and wildebeest. The lion is an apex and keystone predator. Although some lions scavenge when opportunities occur, lions typically do not actively seek out and prey on humans. The lion inhabits grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. During the Neolithic period, the lion ranged throughout Africa and Eurasia, from Southeast Europe to India, but it has been reduced to fragmented populations in sub-Saharan Africa and one population in Western India. As one of the most widely recognized animal symbols in human culture, the lion has been extensively depicted in sculptures and paintings, on national flags, and in literature and films. Lions have been kept in menageries since the time of the Roman Empire and have been a key species sought for exhibition in zoos across the world since the late 18th century. Cultural depictions of lions were prominent in ancient Egypt, and depictions have occurred in virtually all ancient and medieval cultures. The lion has been listed as vulnerable since 1996 because populations in African countries have declined by about 40% since the early 1990s. Although the cause of the decline is not fully understood, habitat loss and conflicts with humans are the greatest cause. The jaguar is the only living member of the genus Panthera that is native to the Americas. With a body length of up to 1.85 meters or 6.1 feet and a weight of up to 158 kilos or 348 pounds, it is the biggest cat species in the Americas and the third largest in the world. Its distinctively marked coat features pale yellow to tan-colored fur covered by spots that transition to rosettes on the sides, while some individuals have a melanistic black coat. The jaguar's powerful bite allows it to pierce the carapaces of turtles and tortoises and to employ an unusual killing method on other animals. It bites directly through the skull, between the ears, to deliver a fatal blow. The modern jaguar's ancestors probably entered the Americas from Eurasia during the early Pleistocene via the land bridge that once spanned the Bering Strait. Today, the jaguar's range extends from the southwestern United States, across Mexico and much of Central America, through the Amazon rainforest and south to Paraguay and northern Argentina. It inhabits a variety of forested and open terrains, but its preferred habitat is tropical and subtropical rainforest, wetlands, and wooded regions. It is adept at swimming and is largely a solitary, opportunistic, stalk and ambush, apex predator. As a keystone species, it plays an important role in stabilizing ecosystems and in regulating populations of prey. The jaguar is threatened by habitat loss, habitat fragmentation, poaching, and killings in human conflict situations. It has been listed as near threatened since 2002. The jaguar has featured prominently in the mythology of indigenous peoples of the Americas, including those of the Aztec and Maya civilizations. The leopard was first described in 1758. 8 subspecies are recognized in its wide range in Africa and Asia. It initially evolved in Africa during the early Pleistocene, before migrating into Eurasia around the early Middle Pleistocene transition. Leopards were formerly present across Europe, but became extinct in the region at around the end of the late Pleistocene to early Holocene ages. It is an opportunistic predator, hunting mostly ungulates and primates. It relies on its spotted pattern for camouflage as it stalks and ambushes its prey, which it sometimes drags up a tree. It is a solitary animal outside the mating season and when raising cubs. Females usually give birth to a litter of 2 to 4 cubs, once in 50 to 24 months. Both male and female leopards typically reach maturity at the age of 2.5 years old. Listed as vulnerable, leopard populations are currently threatened by habitat loss and are declining in large parts of the global range. Leopards have had cultural roles in ancient Greece, West Africa, and modern Western culture. The snow leopard is a species of large cat. The species is native to the mountain ranges of Central and South Asia. It is listed as vulnerable because the global population is estimated to number fewer than 10,000 mature individuals and is expected to decline by about 10% by the year 2040. It inhabits alpine and subalpine zones at elevations of 3,000 to 4,500 meters or 9,800 to 14,800 feet, ranging from eastern Afghanistan, the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau, to southern Siberia, Mongolia, and western China. The snow leopard's fur is whitish to grey, with black spots on the head and neck, with larger rosettes on the back, flanks, and on its bushy tail. Its muzzle is short, its forehead domed, and its nasal cavities are large. The fur is thick with hairs measuring 5 to 12 centimeters or 2 to 5 inches in length, and its underbelly is whitish in color, acting as a perfect alpine camouflage. They are stocky, short-legged, and slightly smaller than other cats of the genus Panthera. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. It has a tawny to creamy white or pale buff fur that is marked with evenly spaced, solid black spots. The head is small and rounded, with a short snout and black tear-like facial streaks. It reaches 67 to 94 centimeters, or 26 to 37 inches at the shoulder, and the head and body length is between 1.1 and 1.5 meters, or 3.5 to 5 feet in length. Adults weigh between 21 and 72 kilograms, or 46 and 160 pounds. The cheetah is capable of running up to 104 kilometers, or 65 miles an hour. It has evolved specialized adaptations for speed, including a light build, long thin legs, and a long tail. The cheetah lives in 3 main social groups: females and their cubs, male coalitions, and solitary males. Their weight can vary with age, health, location, sex, and subspecies. Male cheetahs are larger and heavier than females, but not to the extent seen in other large cats. The cheetah's body is covered with around 2,000 evenly spaced, oval or round solid black spots, each measuring roughly 5 centimeters or 2 inches wide. Each cheetah has a distinct pattern of spots, which can be used to identify each individual, just like fingerprints for humans. Besides the clearly visible spots, there are other faint, irregular black marks on the coat. Newly born cubs are covered in fur with an unclear pattern of spots that gives them a dark appearance, pale white above and nearly black on their underside. The hair is mostly short and often coarse, but the chest and the belly are covered in soft fur. The fur of king cheetahs has been reported to be silky. Cheetahs have a short, rough mane, covering at least 8 centimeters or 3 inches along the neck and shoulders. This feature is more prominent in male cheetahs. The mane starts out as a cape of long, loose blue to grey hair in juveniles. Melanistic cheetahs appearing to be all black are rare and have been seen in Zambia and Zimbabwe. And in 1877, Sclater described 2 partially albino specimens from South Africa. The cheetah is superficially similar to the leopard, which has a larger head, fully retractable claws, rosettes instead of spots, lacks tear streaks, and is more muscular. A type of cat known as serval also resembles the cheetah in physical build, but is significantly smaller. The cheetah has often been likened to the greyhound, as both have similar morphology and the ability to reach tremendous speeds in a shorter time than other mammals. But the cheetah can attain much higher maximum speeds than a greyhound. The cougar, also known as the panther, mountain lion, catamount, and puma, is a large cat native to the Americas. It inhabits North, Central, and South America, making it the most widely distributed wild terrestrial mammal in the Western Hemisphere, and one of the most widespread in the world. It prefers habitats with dense underbrush and rocky areas for stalking, but also lives in open areas. The head of the cougar is round and the ears are erect. Its powerful forequarters, neck, and jaw serve to grasp and hold large prey. It has 4 retractile claws on its hind paws and 5 on its forepaws. Cougars are slender and agile members of the Felidae family. They are the 4th largest cat species worldwide. Adult males are around 2.5 meters, or almost 8 feet long from nose to tail tip. Males can weigh up to 72 kilograms, or 160 pounds. Cougar coloring is plain, but can vary greatly across individuals and even siblings. The coat is typically tawny, but it ranges from silver grey to reddish, with lighter patches on the underbody, including the jaws, chin, and throat. Infants are spotted and born with blue eyes and rings on their tails. It can leap from the ground up to 5.5 meters or 18 feet high into a tree. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of big cats. From the majestic lions of the African savanna to the elusive snow leopards of the Himalayas, these magnificent creatures are not only symbols of strength and beauty, but also vital parts of our ecosystem. As we've learned today, many big cat species are facing significant threats, from habitat loss to poaching. It's up to all of us to raise awareness and take action to protect these amazing animals for future generations. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's continue to explore and celebrate the wonders of our natural world together. Until next time, keep your curiosity wild.